Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, today is Friday, February 22nd, 2019. It is 12:53 p.m. in Minneapolis, Minnesota, US of A. Discuss the latest news concerning the Jussie Smollett fallout or situation. As you know, he was arrested uh, on Wednesday and released yesterday, Thursday, on 100,000 bail, which he paid 10% or 10,000, and he was released on bail, and but he was also forced to hand in or turn in his passport. Uh, he's been indicted by a by the Illinois uh, uh, at the behest of the Chicago Police Department. The police department has accused just this of a stage attack. Uh, I don't know if you guys know who Jussie Smollett is. Well, I'm sure you guys do know, but those who do not know, he is the one of the stars are on the Fox TV show Empire. Yes, he plays the character Jamal on Empire. But anyway, he was accused of staging an attack on January 29th of 2019 of this year, last month. And according to the Chicago Police Department, they say the reason why he staged this attack was due to his dissatisfaction and the monies that he was being uh, from starring on Empire. I was told that was being 5,000 per episode, and there's like 18 episodes per season. So what the police were saying, the Chicago police were saying, is that he was not. He was dissatisfied. 65,000 per episode. So that is one of the reasons why he staged that hoax to basically to bring attention, pretty much to boost his career, to further boost his Chicago Police Department. Uh, they also said that he had sent a false a week before the alleged attack had taken place, and they said that there were home content or within this letter, uh, and this was a week prior to the alleged attack or staged attack by Justice Smollett. And they said that he had paid two Nigerian brothers, $3,500 to face this attack. And they said that at first he made it seem like he was racially profiled, like he was attacked by two alleged white attackers hurled racial slurs and homophobic slurs at him prior to dousing him in some form of liquid. It was bleach. There were counselors saying it was bleach, but I guess they're not sure what type of liquor or liquid was he was doused in. And after allegedly doused or after he was saturated with this liquid, a noose was tied around his neck, and then they continued to hurl racial and homophobic slurs at him, toward him. Uh, so what the superintendent of Chicago Police Department of the Chicago Police Department's Superintendent Johnson, he stated that yes, that Jussie Smollett was dissatisfied with his salary, and he concocted or orchestrated this attack to further boost his career. Basically, used, and I quote, he took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career, unquote. So he said that Mr. Jussie Smollett, again I quote, took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. And he also used homophobic fear or anti homophobic fear as well to boost his career. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, but also they were saying that 1 week prior, yeah, I did mention he wrote a letter to himself a week prior to the attack, and they also stated the superintendent after some lab work they realized it was crushed up aspirin. So I guess it was basically it was given the impression that it could have been anthrax. So he concocted the whole thing like someone wrote him a homophobic, racist letter, and then sent some anthrax in a letter and directed toward him. I said this was a week prior to the actual alleged attack. Um Also, the police superintendent Johnson also have stated that the police have they spoke with over 100 people in the Chicago area, over 100 people, and they've also executed over 50 warrants and subpoenas. And then that's when they realized that they needed to because things just his stories were inconsistent. It didn't pan out, and after their initial investigation and with they kind of went through it with a fine tooth comb, and then they reached out to the uh, to the state attorney's office or to the grand jury, and all asked that he be that an indictment be brought down on upon Mr. Justice Smollett. So, like I said, there were warrants and subpoenas, and they issued a warrant for his arrest. He turned himself in. They said it was on Wednesday. He was released on Thursday to $10,000 bail, which I mentioned earlier. Also, they were saying that Smollett himself, they believe the minor injuries that he sustained were self-inflicted, and the brothers, they believe, wore gloves because there's video of the brothers in this particular store, is very within the vicinity of the attack. Also, so they got that footage and the footage of the brothers purchasing gloves and masks, and they believe that the brothers did strike. They punched him several times, but they believe that the minor injuries, were self-inflicted. Um, let me see. Yeah, it was most likely of his own doing. So the way I see it, man, it's what he did, man, is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Uh, so any black person that is attacked or will be attacked by a racist or a group of racists, and they live to follow report. Nothing, they live through it and they follow report. Then it might be hard. It may be hard to be, that their stories will or is believable simply because it is hoax. And any gay person that is targeted uh, files a report, they too may be, it may be hard to believe them. So I don't know. He's played he what he has done. He's really played into the hands of the racists, man. Because now it'll be very difficult for people to believe black people whenever they say they've been racially profiled or they've been attacked racially, due to their race or the color of their skin. I don't know. Very dangerous game. So, and also the dude, he was released. They said he was released from power. He will not be participating or starring in the last two episodes of the season because they said the producers uh, said that they want to basically separate themselves from all the controversy. They don't want to be part of that because it's just spinning out of control. So they said they want to move themselves from all this backlash. Even those folks that have come out in great defense of Mr. Smollett and calling much attention to the homophobic to the situation as his situation as always an attack on gay people, very homophobic. It was homophobic attack, racism too, but they pretty much relegated racism to the back burner. They was really saying, oh, it's more homophobic. People like Kamala Harris, Booker, Cory Booker, etc., Viola Davis, and other so-called A-list actors and actresses. They were calling attention to the homophobic aspects of this. Very little attention to the racialized aspect of it, because we know it's a gay agenda. They're really trying to put themselves on the same playing fields as black folks. Their struggle is the same as ours, and which we know that is not true. Black, white folks or gay people have not been lynched in large numbers like black people have been lynched or castrated or raped or destroyed. So they could never say, oh, their suffering, their discrimination, their profiling of them is just same as what they go through the same shit black people go through, and their suffering is just as bad or just as egregious. No, stop it, stop it, stop it. So I believe this, and some people believe this was orchestrated. They believe that some people, there's a chance that they put him up to this, Smollett. That there are people within the political arena that themselves may have put him up to this. Those who, in essence, are in full support of the gay agenda, they could be they could likely be behind this. It's not unfathomable that that they're behind this. So yeah, because there was a lot of attack on straight black men, heterosexual black men in America when uh, they didn't speak loud enough or didn't say much about this attack before uh, it blew up in Jussie's Smollett's face when he was like, oh, everyone believed it was racially or believed it was homophobic attacks with some form of racial attacks as well. But there was really, like I said, it really zeroed in on a homophobic aspect of this. And they were like, oh, why aren't straight black men really making noise or condemning this attack? That just proves that what black men are very homophobic and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people saw through this shit, man. A lot of people like, it's not adding up. This story is not adding up. It's not adding up. Many black folks, they didn't, readily or just quickly jump the on that train, defending this story because there's so many loopholes to it, and so much inconsistencies, you know. I don't know. I believe it's a bigger agenda, man, at play here, and I'm not the only one who thinks that it is. It's a bigger agenda at play. Uh, because in actuality, and to be honest with you, man, we accept everybody, man, in the black community. That's one thing I'm gonna say about black folks, man. We don't discriminate like that, man. We accept gay people, lesbians, whatever. We got gays and lesbians in our communities. We don't discriminate against gay people or lesbians or whatnot. We accept white people. We accept everybody in our community. That's one thing I'm gonna say about black folks. We are very loving and peaceful people, man. We accept everybody to the point of where it blows up in our faces. It works to our disadvantage because we are so acceptable of other people. We don't even look out for ourselves first, and that's what we have to do. And that's what I see that's going on right now. A lot of black folks are waking up. Uh, we got this ADOS or ADOS movement, or American Descendants of Slave. This people, black folks are becoming more politically conscious. Black folks are waking up, and black folks are saying enough is enough. We got to stop looking out for other people. We cannot allow other people to piggyback off of us, uh, because we got to bring attention to our suffering too. We can't just be out there marching and calling attention to other people's plights or situations, or lack of opportunities, but that is not reciprocated. They don't go out of their way to bring attention to black people suffering in this country. We're still being systematically discriminated against by this racist so-called justice system. While black folks are being systematically targeted by these race soldiers, and you don't see too many people out there calling attention to that. People from other communities, from the gay community. I mean, you see some gays out there. You may even see some whites out there, a few Jews out there, Hispanics, Asians, but for the most part, they don't get down like we gets down. In terms of calling attention to their situation. They really don't really get down and really bring that funk and that you know bring much attention to our situation. So it has to be reciprocated. We got to think of us first, man. We really do. It's okay to to stand there and to really back other people's agendas, but they got to back our agendas too. So all of this diversity and people of color and we're in this together and all that. You know, yeah, we could be down with you guys, but you guys got to be down with us. You got to reciprocate our efforts as well. If we bringing attention to your cause and shit, we need you guys to bring attention to our cause too. If we're gonna be intersectionalists, or people of color, minorities, then shit, come on. We can't just expect to, as black people, we can't just settle for the crumbs and what the leftovers. No, we want some meat too. We want meat too, and we want a big piece of that pie. Or matter of fact, give us the whole fucking pie. Can we have a pie for ourselves too? You guys been benefiting from the pie and the main course, and we want to be able to enjoy that shit too. We're starving. We're hungry. So I don't mean to offend anybody, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I believe what Jussie Smollett has done has been has really been a disservice to black people, because now it makes it even harder for us to even bring attention to racism, because now they be like, oh, you guys always playing the race card. Look what happened with Jussie Smollett. He accused white people too while attacking him. It is what it is, man. But anyway, I'm just blabbing right now. I'm about to end this video. Almost 20 minutes. So I just wanted to speak about this situation, about this fiasco. We're gonna see how it's gonna unfold. It seems like it's unfold. I'm sure within the next hour, some new stuff is gonna come out. But the dude he's in trouble. Jussie Smollett is in trouble. And my thing is, man, they said he's looking at 3 years. He could be facing 3 years if convicted, because it's a felony for filing a false police report. But my thing is, man, if you're gonna lock this guy up, what about all those white folks that have falsely accused black people of crimes, of doing things? I mean, come on. Why aren't they being charged with felonies or filing false police reports? What's that girl? That woman, Carolyn Bryant. What's she doing? Yeah, Carolyn Bryant was the one that. Carolyn Bryant. She's the one who's that lied on Emmett Till, but her ass is still running around. Why is she not charged with being an accomplice to murder? Her lies will got that brother killed. Also, that what's that girl in New York? Carolyn Klein or Klein Bryant or Carolyn Klein, the one accused that little black boy, that little brother of groping her in the fucking store, saying that he grabbed her ass. Why the fuck is she? Why she's not locked up? She filed a false police report. She called the police. She made the 911 call and accused that kid of grabbing her ass on the store. And video footage proved that she lied. That little boy did not grab her ass. That his backpack just brushed her. Just basically just barely touched her. And then she went on and saying that the little boy sexually assaulted her, and the mother threatened her, and all type of shit. You know, white folks are all across this country they are filing false reports toward or against black people, and they're not held accountable. They're not, uh, I guess they're paying. Are they paying any fines? Probably not. But why aren't they being arrested and stuff and facing felonies and shit like that? So I mean, you're gonna lock up this guy for filing a false police report on two suspected or make believe white characters, then lock up these white people that lie, that call 911 and lie on black people every day. So a lot of white black folks have died simply because at the hands of these race soldiers because someone has lied, to the police, you know, made a bogus 911 call and the black person end up dying. And they realize, oh, it was a lie. So if you call the cops on somebody, man, simply based on someone's skin, and that person is injured or killed, you should be charged. You should be charged with filing a false police report. And you're complicit in that person's murder or injury. So, it's America, man. Okay, but I'm ending right there.